Well, everyone, it's cold, and that's why we have geothermal greenhouses. Hello, this is Caleb Warnock. Thank you for coming back to visit my channel, and if you're new here, I live at 5,200 feet in the Rocky Mountains, and I have 9 geothermal greenhouses, and I have been designing and building geothermal greenhouses. I've done more than 100 for people over the last 20 years. So this is Geothermal Greenhouse Nation. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate it if you would take a moment to like and subscribe. So here is a tour of, we're back inside my 12-foot by 16-foot greenhouse because I wanted to show you my pineapple and my avocado tree. It has been, when I filmed this video on the 19th of January 2025, it had been 5 straight days without temperatures ever getting above freezing outside. So it has been cold. This is a hot soil type of geothermal greenhouse, which is the only kind that you can grow pineapple and citrus and those really tropical things in. So I wanted to make sure that everyone understands that, because there are lots of different designs of geothermal greenhouses, and you need to make sure that you have the right design for what you're trying to accomplish. So this is, so anyway, there's that's my blood orange tree that you guys recently saw me harvest the oranges off of in a recent video, and that's my New Zealand spinach, which is ready to eat. And here are the pineapples. So I was in the greenhouse a couple of weeks ago working, and these 2 pineapples were each growing in separate pots, and they were getting pretty root bound, and so I decided that I needed to move them into a larger growing box. So I did that, and I think that prompted this pineapple to ripen, because it has been sitting here. My other pineapple ripened like 3 or 4 months ago, and this other one has just been sitting here not ripening, and then all of a sudden a few days ago it started to turn from green to yellow, and then it has about fully ripened now. So I was really excited about that, and just thought how I did, I accidentally ripened it, I think. Just, sometimes when you transplant plants, they go through transplant shock, and I think the transplant shock must have prompted this to ripen. You can see that this pineapple is a little smaller than my other pineapple. This one's about the size of a baseball. And so I've been doing some research, why are my pineapples so small? And it turns out the answer is probably that, this is kind of obvious in retrospect, but they are heavy feeders. And I should have been giving them quite a bit more fertilizer. I didn't give them any fertilizer at all, which turns out to have been a mistake. So I'm going to do a little more research and figure out what kind of fertilizer they need. And I've planted them in the same box where my cold hardy monk fruit is growing. And I think the monk fruit would also benefit. I know most people just want to grow vegetables, but remember, I have 9 greenhouses, so I can experiment with monk fruit and pineapples and all sorts of things here that we would never be able to grow normally. But I am going to see if maybe just fertilizing this, and I have my azalea planted in there too. You cannot grow azalea where I live, but I'm hoping that maybe some extra fertilizer will benefit all 4 of those things together. So I'm excited that this pineapple is growing, but I'm even more excited about something else that's happening in this greenhouse, and that is the avocado tree. So this is the second avocado tree that I have had, and the avocado tree, the first avocado trees are expensive, and the first avocado tree I had was $100, and it died about this time a couple years ago because it got too dry, because I went out of town. It was in a hot soil geothermal greenhouse, not this one, but my larger one. And I went out of town for a couple of days, and it ran out of water, and they have no drought tolerance whatsoever, and it just died. So I bought this one about a year ago, and it lost its leaves around Thanksgiving. And now, if you look carefully right here, you can see that this tree is putting out little leaf buds. So I'm really excited about that. That means that my new avocado has made it through the winter. I've had to keep it in standing water. Of course, it has to be in a pot with drainage, but then that pot has had to be in standing water. And I'm not sure how old an avocado tree has to be before it will bear fruit or even put out flowers. I think this tree is in its third year now. I think I bought it as a 2-year-old tree. So I'm hoping that maybe it'll put out some flowers this year. We'll see. And here's just a bit of an overview of the greenhouse. I always keep a chair in there, so when it's bitter cold, like it has been for days now, I can go sit out there and work. I've been doing a lot of propagations, as you will see in a moment. Here are my scaevola flowers in bloom in the middle of January. And let's see what, let's see. Oh, strawberries. Yeah, I'm going to show you my strawberries here. These are white soul strawberries. So they are white flesh strawberries that have a pineapple flavor. As you can see, they're in flower, and the strawberries are getting to the point where we can eat them. They're not quite big enough to pick yet, but they're really delicious strawberries. And they grow in this greenhouse all year round. And I maybe should move them a little bit, but if I do, we'll do a different video about that, because they don't bear fruit in July or August because it's too hot. These are some flowers that I have propagated almost a year ago. And then you can see here, and I just repotted those flowers. And then you can see here that my Malabar spinach is starting to really vine out for the year, which is exciting. And I showed you a couple of weeks ago this tomato plant. I'm not sure if it's going to make it. I'm not sure if it's going to make it, but we'll know soon, because it is going to be the coldest night of the year. As I am editing this, it's going to be the coldest night of the year tonight, so I'm going to do another video after the coldest night of the year. It's going to be below 0 at my house. So we'll see if the tomato plants survive or not. Oleander. Oleander is the name of this flower, and that was the ones that I propagated that I showed you that I had repotted. This is more oleander. So I'm excited because where I live, to buy these oleander bushes, they cost $100 a piece. And so I'm excited that I propagated some, because they bloom 365 days a year, and I would really like to have some more, just tuck them into the corners of my greenhouses wherever I can find some space for them. And it's fun to be able to propagate in my own greenhouse. You do have to have a hot soil type of greenhouse in order to do propagations. So that's another benefit of having a hot soil type greenhouse. And it is sunny in this video. It is sunny. It's been really cloudy, but in the days previous to filming this, it's been pretty cloudy. Look, you can see some of my propagations. I'll show you those in just a second. My monk fruit plant there. But it is so cold. And we don't have enough snow, so we're kind of in a drought. We need more snow, but I always say I would prefer my snow to be up in the mountains. So these are my monk fruit vines, and I've grown quite a few monk fruit vines, all from seeds. This is a picture of what monk fruit looks like, and then you can buy monk fruit sweetener, although most of the monk fruit sweetener has a lot of sugar alcohol in it and not very much actual monk fruit. I wanted to grow my own monk fruit, so I've been growing it for probably 5 years now. Various plants of it, and this particular plant has particular cold hardiness. It's pretty amazing. So I'm getting ready to do some propagations of that plant, because I would like to have even more. Monk fruit does not put out a flower until its 3rd year, and then the commercially produced monk fruit is hand harvested or hand pollinated. So anyway, I'm going to do some propagations. Maybe you guys don't care about that, but I'm excited about that I even have monk fruit growing in the mountains. These are my books. Just really quickly, in case you don't know, I have written a lot of books. I have 2 national publishers. You can check those out online. So speaking of propagations, this may not look like much to you, but it is actually a really big success because this past week I was doing a property consultation and the homeowner gave me this out of their own house. And this is a Tradescantia Nanook, and I have been growing the greenleaf version of this in my hot green and my larger hot greenhouse for several years now. It vines all over, and it's traditionally used for hanging baskets, um, and it's just been really fun to have it growing year round in my greenhouse. But I did not have a purple leaf variety of it, and so when I saw it at her house, I asked her if she would give me some, and she did. And I took it from, she was growing it in her house where she had rooted it herself. And I put it straight onto the greenhouse, and it's been out there for a week, and it has not had any problems at all. And at night, it has been near zero at my house. So I felt really proud of my geothermal greenhouses, that this plant could go right from the bitter cold out, it could go right from her house to my greenhouse and not even miss a beat. It was really great. I was really excited about that. One of the great benefits of having a hot soil geothermal greenhouse is that I can do propagations. And I think some of you know that I own a seed company. We sell only heirloom chemical-free seeds at seedrenaissance.com, which I'll put on the screen here for you. But we are also a state-registered nursery, so I sell live plants for a limited time every spring, and so December and January are when I start my propagations, and these are I have a couple of different varieties of elderberries. I've got mulberries. I've got a couple of different varieties of grapes. I've got climbing roses. I've got some figs. I've got, what else have I got? Oh, blackberries in here. So, did I say mulberries in here? So it's fun to be able to start. There's a couple of hundred starts in here, and then this week I will be doing the um, monk fruit, and also adding some more willow propagations and some more mulberry propagations. Just propagate. I think there's some lilacs in there too. I can't remember. Just, over the winter days, I've been adding more and more propagations. If you guys are interested in learning how to do that and you have a geothermal greenhouse, then let me know, and maybe I'll do a class or something. And then here are some of the propagations that I did that have already rooted out, and then I put these into pots, just individual pots about a week ago. And these are the oleander that I was showing you. I just cut these off of my oleander, and it has taken about a year to get them to this point. So it's a slow process, but it's a really fun process. And here's some parting views out the front of my geothermal greenhouse. I do these videos and I do my property consultations where I help people figure out what kind of greenhouse they need and how to build a greenhouse that is guaranteed to grow 365 days a year. I do all of this because I would have given my right thumb to hire someone when I got started doing this more than 20 years ago. It would have saved me so much time and money and grief. It would have saved me thousands and thousands and tens of thousands of dollars. So if you are serious about having a geothermal greenhouse, I encourage you to make sure that you do it right the first time, and that you have the right greenhouse for your elevation, for your USDA growing zone, for your microclimate, and the right greenhouse for what you want to grow inside that greenhouse. And if you need help to make sure that you build that right the first time, I promise you, you'll save you so much time and money to let me help you. So if you're interested, reach out. Here's how you can reach out to me. Anyway, thank you everyone for being with me, and I will see you in the next video.